Becoming famous is already hard enough, but doing so with a baby on your hip is even more difficult. Whether they were already celebs before they had their children or not, these young stars didn't waste any time becoming parents. Just wait until you see the newest celeb to be added to this list of kids who have kids. Before we jump into it, don't forget to click that subscribe button to see more videos like this. Now keep watching as we take a look at 10 celebs who had kids as kids. Jamie Lynn Spears. It's never easy being the sister of one of the biggest pop stars on the planet, but Jamie Lynn Spears was doing pretty well for herself. She had a hit show on Nickelodeon and what was turning out to be a promising career in the entertainment industry. Sadly, all that came to a screeching halt in 2007 when the star announced she was pregnant. While it's not usually a big deal for celebrities to be with child, the fact that Jamie Lynn was only 16 years old made it a huge scandal. To make matters worse, she was being sold as a role model for teens everywhere. She was so ashamed she couldn't even tell her parents in person. She wrote her mother a note revealing her pregnancy while she waited in the other room. Of course, everyone from her family to the public was in complete shock. Eventually, the bombshell news wore off and her family was actually supportive. The star knew she had to step away from the spotlight to focus on being a mother, and by all accounts, it looks like she has been able to manage just fine. The star allowed cameras to come into their life once again 8 years after giving birth to her child. She's revealed that she was able to move to Nashville to reinvent herself as a country singer. Taylor Hanson. All you 90s kids probably have an unhealthy love for the song Mbop. What made it even better was the fact that it was a bunch of kids your own age making music and doing it really well. The group Hanson were thrust into the spotlight seemingly overnight, and the brother that everyone adored was hunky Taylor Hanson, so it was hard for everyone to believe he would get married at just 19 years old. Most guys don't even settle down until their mid-30s, especially if they are celebrities. But there was more to the story for Taylor. He had actually gotten his girlfriend pregnant, and she was 4.5 months into it when they got married. So not only was he married, but he was going to be a dad before he was even of legal age to drink alcohol. At the time, it seemed like it was a shotgun wedding between two teens and it was never going to last. But shockingly, these two have weathered the storm. Taylor Hanson has even had 4 more children with his wife, the youngest being born in 2012. The singer's story proves that sometimes first loves do work despite the odds. Though we are sure being teen parents was no picnic, we are happy Taylor and his wife were able to give us a Hollywood marriage we can look up to. Bristol Palin. Running to be the President of the United States is a big deal. Candidates sign up to have their whole life exposed to the voting masses, and when their running partner joins the game, they have to go through the same vetting. In 2008, Sarah Palin joined the presidential race by becoming John McCain's running mate. The Republican candidates were supposed to be the representatives of conservative America. At the time, many were shocked that a woman was running for vice president, but others applauded the Republican Party for being more inclusive. But the controversial campaign went south 2 months before the election when Sarah Palin announced that her unwedded teen daughter Bristol Palin was pregnant. To make the blow not so bad, Sarah also announced that Bristol had every intention of marrying the baby's father. Rumors started to swirl that the Palin family was forcing Bristol's baby's father to an unwanted marriage, and it seemed like conservative Americans weren't having any of it, even though they appreciated that the teen decided to keep the baby. The Republican Party eventually lost the election, but the American public became a little obsessed with the Palin family. Bristol turned into a reality television star and eventually became an author, so it wasn't a total loss for Sarah and Bristol after all. Shirley Temple. Back in the 1930s, Shirley Temple became a household name as a child star in Hollywood. The star was thrust into show business when she was only 3 years old. She was cast in a series of short films starring only child actors. Back then, things were much different in Hollywood. When any of the children acted up, they were locked into small sound booths and had to sit on a block of ice. This would never fly in the entertainment industry these days, which has laws to prevent child abuse or endangerment. She eventually went on to star in feature films where she became a worldwide star. Everyone loved little Shirley Temple, and there was a good chance nearly 100 years later you have enjoyed some of her films. But did you know that this child star eventually became a teen mom? It was actually not as scandalous as it seems. Considering what child stars go through in modern times, Shirley Temple remained virtually scandal-free. She met her first husband when she was only 15 years old. The pair married 2 years later when Temple was 17, and she had her first kid when she was only 19. This may seem young by today's standards, but this was the usual progression of life back in the 1940s. Sadly, her marriage didn't last and the couple divorced in 1949. Temple eventually quit the show business and got remarried and had 2 more children, all before she was even 27 years old. Solange Knowles. As we've said before, it's never easy being the sister of one of the biggest stars on the planet, but we think Solange Knowles is a goddess in her own right. The little sister of Beyoncé has had a successful musical career since 2002, and she's always been fierce on the red carpet. Though she is a star these days, her rise to fame wasn't as easy as her sister's. Yes, it probably helped to have Beyoncé as a big sister, but having a baby at 17 meant Solange had to work that much harder. The singer would take her young child on the road with her while trying to jumpstart her career. She stated that it wasn't always easy and she yearned to have a stable life with her baby, but she also didn't want to give up on her dream. Eventually, her relationship with her son's father fizzled after only 3 years of marriage. But not all was lost for the teen mom. Because she never gave up and she battled through all the odds, Solange has finally come out on top. She's been able to drop 3 albums since becoming a parent and shows no signs of slowing down. We love this gorgeous songstress and we can't wait to see what she pumps out next. Pattie Mallette. If her name doesn't sound familiar, don't worry. We promise you know who Pattie Mallette is. If you're having trouble, just take a look at a photo of her posing with her son. Yep, that's right, Pattie is Justin Bieber's mother. Did you know that she was actually a teen mom? And though she may have it easier these days, Pattie didn't have the most glamorous child in teen years. Her father left when she was young, and she never really had a great father figure after that. Then, when she became pregnant with Justin at just 17 years old, she moved into a maternity home. After Justin was born, Pattie lived on social assistance from the Canadian government. Sadly, that wasn't enough to keep her afloat, so she also worked 2 to 3 jobs at a time just to keep food on the table. One thing she always made sure to do was foster her son's love of music. She never pushed him into the spotlight, though. Justin had a YouTube account with a video that went viral and gained the attention of the music industry. Thanks to his mother's hard work and love, he has been able to have an amazing life. Though they don't always have the best relationship at times, it's easy to see that Justin is super thankful for his mother. WHOOPI GOLDBERG. Though she is best known these days for being a co-host on The View, Whoopi Goldberg has had an acting career that spans decades. She didn't have it easy either, considering she had a child when she was just 17 years old. Not only that, but she battled drug addiction and being homeless to get to where she is today. At the time, Whoopi was married and gave birth to her daughter Alex. And being a teen mother in New York City proved to be tough for Whoopi. Her daughter remembers her family struggling financially. She's confessed that Whoopi still keeps her welfare cards framed. The mother and daughter also shared a bed and lived on food stamps. To say Whoopi Goldberg's story is a rags to riches tale would be putting it mildly. Thankfully, when Alex was 10 years old, Whoopi starred in a one-woman Broadway show which led to the launch of her career. But it seemed like Alex didn't learn from her mother's struggles. When she was just 16 years old, she gave birth to her own child. That means Whoopi became a grandmother at just 34 years old. We couldn't imagine how tough it is to be a teen mother, but to have a teen who becomes a mother must have also been equally as tough. Thankfully, Whoopi was in a better place in life both personally and financially. Sofia Vergara. Thanks to the show Modern Family, actress Sofia Vergara is a household name. The gorgeous Latina brings the heat and humor every time she's on screen. She also has a pretty interesting personal life. You would never know by looking at her, but Sofia had a child when she was just 19 years old. And while being a teen mom was hard for many of the other parents on this list, Sofia didn't have it so bad. In her eyes, she thought it was actually easier. Luckily, she didn't have to do it alone either, because she married her childhood sweetheart when she was just 18 years old. The actress confessed being a teen mom meant that she had more energy for everything and her body bounced back quickly thanks to her age. Most of the time, women aren't ready to be mothers when they are still teens, but that wasn't the case for the actress. Though things didn't last with the father of her baby, that didn't do anything to stop the young mother. She also got lucky because her son apparently was a well-behaved kid. Though she may have had a dream child, now that she is in her 40s, the actress has no plans of having another baby anytime soon. She is just enjoying being married to her hunky husband, Joe Manganiello. We can't say we blame her. Jourdan Dunn. Supermodel Jourdan Dunn may be financially cashing in on her career, but she has actually been around for a while. She caused a splash in 2009 when she posed for Teen Vogue while being pregnant. The problem was she was only 19 years old and the magazine's average reader was 18 years old. The fact that Teen Vogue featured a pregnant teen model on their cover ruffled a lot of feathers. She wasn't showing off a baby bump in the cover photo, but she did reveal her pregnancy in an interview with the magazine. In fact, the editor didn't even know Jourdan was expecting a baby until after the photo shoot. And though they could have pulled the plug on her cover, the zine decided to support her instead. They chose to feature her story, which included her confessing that her mother was also a teen mother. Luckily, Jourdan didn't let anything stop her from continuing her career as a model. While many models would step away from the catwalk after being a teen mom, Jourdan is still rocking the runways. She was even named one of the highest paid models in 2016 by Forbes magazine. It just goes to show that while it may not be the easiest thing in the world, being a teen parent doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. Kylie Jenner. The Kardashians and Jenners can't cross a street without it making headlines. So when it leaked that the youngest sister of the Kardashian/Jenner family might be pregnant, the internet nearly burnt to the ground. People couldn't believe Kylie Jenner had been keeping the secret for so long. They also couldn't believe she would have a baby so young. She was only 20 years old when the word spread. Kylie and her boyfriend Travis Scott had only been together since April 2017, which was a whole other concern. When word spread, neither celeb took the time to confirm or deny the rumor. Kylie even posted photos of herself to social media which showed her flashing a little bit of her stomach and another while she was in Vegas with friends, which only confused fans and news outlets even more. And her family had nothing to add to the topic either. Magazines claimed that the family wasn't happy about her decision, but no one knew the accuracy of the claims. All we knew is that Kylie was maybe expecting a baby, and it might be Travis Scott's or it could be with Tyga, her ex. And as of late September 2017, we still don't have any answers. We're sure she'll come clean with the facts when she's ready. Until then, we will all be on pins and needles while we wait. If you like this video, react in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up.